I've come to realize that it's not actually perfectionism or procrastination or being more productive. All of those things, the one thing that they have in common is time management. So you clicked on this video because your time management sucks. If you master time management, you are more productive. You've conquered procrastination and you've healed your perfectionism enough to be able to work with time and to create things and move forward because you're getting things done. Now, how do you actually get better at time management? There are 3 enemies of time management. Number 1, we already touched on procrastination. Procrastination happens because of a lot of things, okay? All of us have certain habits and life experiences, energy levels, stressors, anxiety, expectations. Everybody's different, but there are a handful of things that could be causing your procrastination. Number 1 is fear of failure, because essentially if you don't try, if you just continually just think about it, you're in your safe space. You're just chilling, having a good time over here, just kind of wishing you achieve something. And so you just put it off. You keep putting it off. You're like, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. Like, obviously I'm going to do it later, but you never do because the comfort is staying here and now. If you actually had to push past your comfort zone, that's hard. So your brain and your body wants to stay comfortable. So you're not going to push through because failing is scary. And so what you want to do here is get comfortable with failing. Be prepared to fail. Plan to fail. And when you do fail, because you will, use all of that experience that happened and then try again because you have that much more experience, that much more time under your belt trying this thing to be able to move through it and to get that much closer to what you want to achieve. Another element of procrastination is perfectionism. And personally, I like to call myself a recovering perfectionist, but that's a lie. I am a perfectionist. I am a must be perfect, have to plan everything out to a T before you actually get going. Because the thing is that eventually I will just go for it, or I will convince myself to be like, quickly plan it, post it, start it, whether it's a business idea or a new hobby. And then the minute that it gets tough or like I have to actually push past the discomfort, my perfectionist brain kicks in and is like, you failed. So if I were to do a 30-day posting challenge and I planned out, let's say I even planned out all 30 pieces of content and I miss day 10, that's over. I'm done. I failed. And so I struggle with getting back up after I set parameters of whatever I'm doing. And the minute that I fail it, according to my brain, that's it. It's over. It's done with. Which is hard to push through and to learn. And sometimes it does get easier. The more you do it, the more you push through and get back up and try again, it does get easier. There is a pattern there where you can recognize, okay, wait, I have to try this instead. And then you try, see if it works, and then you keep going. And another element to this is that you might be multi-passionate. You might have so many ideas and so many wants and like different lives you want to lead. Like, do you want to be a traveler and start backpacking around somewhere, but then you have no idea where to start? Maybe you want to switch career paths and climb up a corporate ladder. Maybe you want to sell everything and just like live off grid somewhere. Maybe you want to start your own business and freelance and move to a different city and buy a home. Like, there could be so many different lives that you want to live. You just don't know how. So you just stay in your comfort zone. The next part of procrastination, and this one's me as well, is that you have already built the habit, maybe through all of your schooling, whether it's high school, university, any of that, maybe your whole life, you always left things to last minute, panic, and then you still get it done. And so you've set the habit of just always rushing. Always know you're going to get it done because it's always how you've handled things. And so trying now to change that pattern of behavior, change that habit completely is very difficult because you know yourself. You know that when you're like up against a deadline, you've got 12 hours to do something, you're going to sit down and just smash it out. And I was especially that way in university, where if there was a big paper due, I would do it the night before, and I was still a B student and that was fine with me. But if I had actually applied myself and like took time and built those habits, I probably could have been an A student. I'll never know. Next enemy in your time management quest are distractions. Okay, we live in a society where the TV's on, laptops open, and you're scrolling TikTok. Okay, we have so much going on all at once in order to just like entertain our brain and stimulate our brain to dissociate whatever it is. But if there is something that you want to get done, whether it is a household chore, a job, studying, a goal of yours, anything you want to accomplish, removing distractions is essential. But combine it with an allocated time. Start with like 10 minutes of focus time. You can even do 5 minutes of focus time if that's where you're at. But set a timer, remove distractions, and focus on that one task. This is called monotasking, and I'll dive into this a bit more in the next thing. Removing distractions when you decide to work on something is going to help you focus on it and manage your time better. Because if you were like, hey, I'm going to just like go to my room and I'm going to work on that assignment, or I'm going to go and I'm going to work on my business for about 3 hours, except you have anytime notification pops up on your phone, you you jump to it. When you're on Google and you're deciding to search something for whatever reason, you end up down some rabbit hole because you jump to one thing, to the next thing, to the next thing. Distractions are killing your dream faster than you think, which I'm going to lead into the third enemy of time management, and that is multitasking. Now, this is probably weird because multitasking, we're praised for being multitaskers in the corporate world or in school. Being able to focus on so many things and get so many things done all at once is applauded. And my perfectionist little heart thrived in the structure of a school system because it was like, here's all of your tasks, here's a grade that tells you how good you are at something, and if you were at the top of that, you were praised. At the bottom of that, you were shamed. So I strive to be at the top of that list. But that system, it rewards you on getting a lot of stuff done in a certain period of time and then getting a pat on the back for it. And so when you go into the corporate world, same thing. You are praised for doing a lot all at once. And I would even go as far as saying that, especially in the corporate world, the illusion of getting things done is also rewarded. And so why multitasking doesn't work when you're wanting to show up for your goals and your dreams and any of your hobbies or habits that you're wanting to accomplish is because trying to pull that school system, that corporate 9-to-5 system into this like free time. You're supposed to have fun. You're not supposed to just like rush through something and hop to the next. You're supposed to just sit in it and slow down, which is hard. Spend your time wisely. Maybe spending my time wisely is 8 hours binge watching whatever Netflix show I want to. Although I haven't really had a good Netflix binge in a while, okay? And so, like I said, the opposite of multitasking is monotasking. And monotasking does not mean like you can only choose one thing for the rest of forever. No, it is when you are wanting to sit down to accomplish something, you pick one task, you allocate time for it, and you work on it. You get rid of the distractions, put your phone on Do Not Disturb, try to clear out if you're on the internet to just prevent yourself from going to other tabs or windows that you don't need to. If you're doing a research paper and you need to Google stuff, open everything up you need before you start kind of the actual writing process so you're not having to jump from tab to tab to tab to tab, searching for what you want. Set yourself up for success with as many of the distractions pushed to the side. It's not going to be foolproof. You're going to get distracted. Set yourself up for success. And so you're probably wondering how to get better at time management, right? So you know what's costing you your time, and you have to work through those three things. But what other things can you do to start getting better at your time management? Is to prioritize your tasks in a system that works for you, your energy levels. Do you work better in the morning or an evening? Is this task too big to do in one sitting? Break it down into manageable steps. Set time limits, like I already mentioned. Set a timer and focus on one task at a time. And then also, if you struggle with doing things on your own, like by yourself, you like being around other people, either go to a coffee shop, you can body double, have somebody like, have a YouTuber on your screen that's kind of just like going through the motions. You want to take a look at how you are spending your time. So time audit yourself. Go back the last week, go back the last 24 hours. What do you do throughout your day? And become aware of it. You don't necessarily have to start implementing a strict brand new schedule. Just simply become aware of how you spend your time, and then what are the things you want to add in? What do you really want to be doing with your time? If you're wanting to start a content creator business in 2025, start creating your content. Schedule time in to allocate to researching content ideas, filming, editing, depending on what it is you want to accomplish. Start putting pockets of time in throughout your days and your weeks so that you can start using your time and connecting it directly to one of your goals. And remember, people will always tell you that you'll have 24 hours in the day, so like just do it. No, technically, yes, everybody has 24 hours, but we do not have the same 24 hours, okay? Every single person has a different life circumstance. They have different jobs, different responsibilities, different appointments, different ways of showing up in this world. And so it is up to you. Really assess your time. How do you spend it? How do you want to spend it? And what can you do to change it? Because if I told you right now, if I gave you a list of like, okay, at 8 a.m. you're going to do this, 10 p.m. you're going to do this, like I gave you an exact list of what you're supposed to do to be the most productive version of yourself, that might not suit you. You have to fill this in. That is everything that I have for you in this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit like. You can also hit subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!